This is KE8VZA here. I have a NetLogger window open and all set to roll with the BeaconNet pre-show at the bottom of the hour. I've got a few check-ins already from the blue screen. If we still have a few minutes before the bottom of the hour, if you would like to check in and beat the rush, that's perfectly okay too. I'm standing by here, KE8VZA.
Please copy. November 7, Victor Alpha November, and 7 VAN, Brian Mobile.
And 7 VAN, KE8VZA, got you in the log there, Brian, and I got you down as mobile.
Thank you, Eric. Have a good night. I got nothing to say, really. I appreciate it. 73s.
All right, Brian. Well, hey, thanks for checking in, and hope you have a good holiday weekend. And I'll mark you as in and out.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, K4OG.
Hey, copy Kilo 4 Oscar Golf. Original gangster there. Got you on the log there, Mark. KE8VZA.
KF8, EDE, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Delta Echo. I'm going to be in and out also.
Alright, copy KF8EDE, that's Echo Delta Echo. Patrick, got you on the log here, and we'll mark you in and out, 7-3. Thanks for stopping by.
This is KI5 YEQ John out of Georgetown, Texas.
All right, very good. Copy KI5 YEQ John out of Texas. Got you on the log. This is KE8VZA. I'll be the pre-net net control operator. Please stand by. We may have our announcer back. I'm not sure, but we're almost at the bottom of the hour. All right, she must still be on vacation. QST. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie. I'll be the pre-net net control operator tonight for the BeaconNet pre-show. Beacon lights up the nighttime airwaves on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern with pre-checks at 9:30. We're on the W8WKY repeater with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, and the frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect via Allstar. Our node number is 48496. Or Echolink, look for W8WKY-R in the list. And this is a controlled pre-net. I ask that all traffic come through net control. And urgent or emergency traffic, please break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. KE8VZA returning, hearing nothing. Let's go ahead and check in with our net control team with the notorious Mickey Mouse roll call here. We're going to start at the top of the list with our net control operator, Nick at Nite, who will be taking the reins at the top of the hour. KE8QKO, are you out there, Nick? KE8QKO, KE8VZA here. You out there, Nick?
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. Sorry, Eric, I just stepped away for a moment and then heard you call. But yeah, I'm out here. I'm listening to the pre-show, enjoying a nice, relaxing holiday weekend. Got me a bit of a nap tonight because we had a long day at the air show today. But I am refreshed and ready for the net. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
All right there, Nick at Nite. No worries. Figures I call on you as soon as you step away. But anyway, good to hear you tonight. And we'll clear with KE8QKO. And let's go down to see if Dustin is out there. KD8EPC. Are you out there, Dustin? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? KD8EPC, KE8VZA. You out there, Dustin?
W8WKY.
All right, Dustin's obviously enjoying his weekend. Maybe we'll hear from him later before the net is done. Let's go down to KD8SLG, just Nick. How you doing there, Nick? Are you out there? I think you are. You're in the blue screen. Yep, there you are. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. I was waiting for my node to ID because I just looked up. I hadn't keyed this thing up in 31 hours, so I was kind of thinking now would be the time. But I seem to have slipped by. I did talk to Jairus earlier today out on the Oklahoma hub, but that was the other node. Anyway, what's up, man? Great to be here. Yeah, I'll be around. You know that. I had a hell day. I'll tell you all about it later. KD8SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Eric.
All right there, just Nick. Good to hear you tonight. And, yeah, we'll eagerly await the details of the hell day. Anyway, my weekend's gone pretty good so far. Busy, but good. All right, we'll clear with KD8SLG, who's hanging around. And let's go down and see if Josh is out there. W8HRF. You out there, Josh? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? W8HRF, KE8VZA. Are you out there, Josh? Okay, hearing nothing, let's go down and see if Lucy's out there. KE8YUK. You out there, Lucy? You going to join the net tonight? All right. Well, they are obviously enjoying their weekend as well. So we'll clear with KE8YUK. Maybe we'll hear from one or both of them later. But let's go down to KI5DAY. Alan, how you doing, Alan? And are you and Larry having a good holiday weekend so far?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, Bugak, yeah, we're having a good time. Just chilling like a villain on the Sunday night. Strange day overall. I feel a little off kilter today, but I think it's just been a crazy week and the weather and stuff. But I'm enjoying this cooler weather. It's going to get a little bit warm for a couple of days, and we're going right back into another cool spell, so I'm happy with that. Oddly enough, I found myself on a stage today playing bass this morning with about a 20 rehearsal with my music major at church, Paul, and his grandson. Totally unexpected. We didn't get to practice last night because his family had some other stuff going on. Nothing like a sporadic 20 to 25-minute rehearsal for 3 songs when you're playing bass, and you've been playing guitar mostly lately, so that was fun, but I enjoyed it regardless. But all is good, man. I'm just hanging out, having some water, and chilling, so we'll have some alternative trivia here in a bit with popcorn. KI5EAY, back to net. Bugak.
All right, Alan, very good. Sounds like impromptu practice there, but you made it through it all right. And I hope Larry is able to find other outlets for his exuberance, and so that he isn't totally stifled. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, and pass on my best regards to Larry, and we will hear from you in a bit. We'll clear with KI5DAY. That brings us to the end of our Mickey Mouse roll call here, and next we'll take some check-ins, but let me read off who I have. I got KC0LRM Kelly, WB4AIZ Chuck, who's in and out, 73 Chuck, K5CFY Ray, KF8G Brian, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, N7VAN Brian, who was mobile, checked in and out, 73 Brian, KA8MNT Tom, checked in and out, 73 to you, Tom. K4OG, the original gangster, Mark, is with us tonight. KF8EDE Patrick, checked in and out, 73 Patrick. Then we have KI5YEQ John, KE8BHQ Benjamin, KE8ZZR Harry, KE8QFT Fred, and KI5RFI Mac. And those I all captured from the blue screen there. So let's go ahead and take some check-ins. Please give me your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, with your name and location. This is KE8VZA.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo, in and out.
Alpha Bravo. I'm on Echolink Mobile, if there is such a thing, Middlefield, Ohio.
BB Mobile, and I'll be in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff and New Franklin, in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo, Brian in Cargo Falls, KF8DPB.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Charlie Oscar, KJ5, LCO, Bodie in Cherokee, Texas.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8 KOC, Fred, Akron.
All right, let me pick it up there.
Hey, Lock Queen Victor. Good evening, Eric. KCFQV.
All right, let me go up to the top here. I got KD2HCE Chris, in and out, 73 Chris, followed by Andy, AB8MO. And after that, there was an in and out station. I did not get your call sign at all. If you could please repeat it for me.
That is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Alpha KF8 DTA, Jeff and New Franklin, in and out.
W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8.
All right, KE8VZA returning. I copied KF8DTA, Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff in New Franklin, in and out. There was another in and out station there that you doubled with Jeff, and Jeff won that contest. So if you could please come back with your call sign, I'll get you in the log here.
Whiskey 5, Delta Juliet Foxtrot, Joey in Claremore, Oklahoma.
All right, Whiskey 5, Delta Juliet Foxtrot. Was that correct?
Yeah.
All right, got you there. Whiskey 5, Delta Juliet Foxtrot. Okay, there was another KF8 station out there, I think. If you could please come back with your call sign. I totally missed everything after KF8.
W8WKY.
KF8, Echo Papa Bravo, Brian in Colorado Falls, KF8.
Thank you, Brian. That was definitely you. I got you on the log. KF8EPB. Very good. Thank you. Next, I have Bodie KJ5LCO, Fred W8KOC, and Mark KC8FQV. Any other stations that would like to check in at this time before we work this list, please call now.
This is Whiskey 5, Romeo Lima Mike, Ray, Oglesby, Texas.
All right, very good. We picked up one more there. Ray, Whiskey 5, Romeo Lima Mike in Oglesby, Texas. Very good. Thanks, Ray. Got you on the log. Let's see. We'll go to the top of the list in just a moment, but I'm going to go a little out of order here. WA8KOC Fred, how you doing tonight? Are you going to get your ticket punched tonight, or are you going to stick around?
KE8VZA and the beacon at WA8KOC. Good evening, Eric. Thanks for calling on me first off so I can get out of your hair. I hope you're having a good Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody else is too. I'm going to get my ticket punched and get out of here. I'm retired and I have to work tomorrow on Labor Day. It's crazy. Anyway, I need the money, so okay, we'll go with it. You take good care of yourself, enjoy the net. Thanks for doing the pre-show. I'll look forward to talking to you a little later in the week. KE8VZA 73 to everybody. And you, WA8KOC.
All right, Fred. That's like a double whammy there, right? It's or maybe a triple whammy. You're retired, you have to work tomorrow, and it's Labor Day. But yeah, that money thing comes in handy. I keep telling everyone, you know, I really like to eat too much, so I have to work. So anyway, good to hear you tonight, Fred. Having a good weekend so far, yes, and I hope you are too, aside from tomorrow. Hopefully you'll go okay. Thanks for checking in. Got you in and out with WA8KOC. And okay, let's go up to the top of the list. Let's see. Kelly is our first station, KC0LRM. How you doing tonight, Kelly? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
All right, thanks for giving there, Eric. Yes, I will be sticking around. Wouldn't miss it. I'll let you get on that list because you got a pretty big one there. All right, back to you.
All right, very good, Kelly. Yeah, we've got 30 check-ins, counting myself so far. Got some in and outs here, but it's a good list so far. So we'll clear with KC0LRM. Let's go down with check in with Ray, K5CFY. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
E8 VZA K5 CFY. I'm sticking around, and I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Back to you, K5 CFY.
All right, Ray. Yeah, it's been a good weekend thus far. Hope yours has been too. We'll clear with K5CFY. Let's go down and talk to Brian, KF8G. How you doing, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Yep, I'll stick around. KF8G.
All right, very good. KF8G, Brian, sticking around. Let's go down and check in with Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. How you doing today, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. Yes, I am sticking around for the main show. The other thing too, I'll say is I've heard him faintly. Is a WB9 station out there. So when you get to the bottom, you may want to call out for that WB9 station. This is KI5TAQ.
Okay, Tim. Very good. Thanks for the heads up. I added him at the bottom with a question mark, so we'll track him down. Thank you. We're clear with KI5TAQ. Next up is K4OG Mark. How you doing, Mark? Good to hear you. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KZVZA K4OG. Good evening, Eric and everyone. Man, Eric, I am stuck around. There you go. K4OG. Back to Eric.
All right, Mark, very good. You are stuck around. Good. We'll clear with K4OG. Let's go down and talk to John, KI5YEQ. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Yes, sir. This is John, KI5YEQ. I am doing pretty good. I have just been able to set up my ham radio in my house for the first time and found this frequency earlier today, so I have been enjoying listening in and joining certain nets, so I'm looking forward to joining this one. With that, KI5YEQ, back to net.
All right, John. Well, hey, congrats on getting the radio set up there. It seems to be working well for you. So this net, every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. is the main net. Check-ins at 9:30 Eastern. Those are both Eastern times. Let's see. We have trivia, 2 different trivia questions and comments. So I hope you enjoy. We'll clear with KI5YEQ. Thanks for joining us. And let's go down and talk to Benjamin, KE8BHQ. How you doing, Benjamin? Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8BZA, KE8BHQ. I'll be sticking around for the big show, testing out a new antenna, so this is the maiden voyage.
All right, very good, Benjamin. Your antenna seems to be working well into the repeater and everything, so that's a good sign. We'll clear with KE8BHQ, and let's go down and talk to Harry, KE8ZZR. How you doing, Harry? Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Good evening, Eric. This is KE8ZZR, and yes, I will be sticking around.
Excellent, Harry. Very good. We'll talk to you in a bit. We'll clear with KE8CZR. Let's go down and see how Fred's doing. KE8QFT. Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight, Fred?
Yes, I'll be here. KQFT back to prenet.
All right, good deal, Fred. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KE8QFT. Let's go down and talk to Mac, KI5RFI. How you doing, Mac? Are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Well, good evening, everybody on net tonight. It's KI5RFI. Yes, sir, I'll be hanging around. I guess I got my second wind here. I might as well stick around and see what's going on. It's been a football weekend, and it looks like it's acting like fall out there. I know it's too early, but I love it anyway. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, Mac, very good. Got you on the log. Yeah, this weather's kind of crazy, isn't it? It is a lot like fall, but it's a welcome relief from that heat furnace we were in for a good almost 2 months. But I actually tried to go swimming today. I swam for about 10 minutes and immediately turned into an ice cube. So anyway, it was worth a shot, right? Anyway, we'll clear with KI5RFI, who's hanging around. Let's go down to Andy, AB8MO. How you doing, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? AB8MO, KE8VZA here. You still out there, Andy? All right, we'll leave Andy on the log. I'm sure he'll be with us. So let's clear with AB8MO. Let's go down to Whiskey 5 Delta Juliet Foxtrot. Daniel, down in Claremore, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Daniel? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
This is W5DJF. I go by Joey. That's my middle name. This is my first time checking in. I really don't know what that means.
All right, got you on the log as Joey, as your preferred name. Thank you. So the Beacon Net, we have our pre-net at 9:30 Eastern every Sunday and Wednesday night, and our main net at 10 Eastern. And during the main net, we have one round through the log here, and every station has a chance to give their answers for 2 different trivia questions, and then any comments that you want to share with the net. So you going to stick with us tonight?
Roger that. I'll be around. I'll let you go off to your other people, but I'll stick around and leave the radio. This is W5DJF.
All right, very good, Joey. Got you on the log. Welcome aboard. This is KE8VZA with the Beacon Net pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And we're going through the check-ins we have thus far. And next on the log is KF8EPB. That's Echo Papa Bravo. Brian, how you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
This is KF8EPB. Yeah, I'm going to stick around for the main net. I'm a new ham. I've had my license around 6 weeks or so. I'm just trying to learn the ropes. And thanks for doing the net. Back to the net. This is KF8EPB.
My pleasure, Brian. Congrats on getting your license, and thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully you enjoy this net. I like it. A lot of people like it. So far, we've got 30 takers, so you're one of them. Thank you for joining us, and got you on the log. We'll clear with KF8EPB for now, And let's go down to KJ5LCO, Bodie. How you doing tonight, Bodie? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Doing great tonight in Cherokee, Texas, USA. I'm on a buggy with my wife, and she calls it a Kawasaki mule. I call it a buggy. We're riding around on the property listening to the net, and I'm going to do my best to stick around for the main show. But I'm thoroughly enjoying your portion and doing a great job. If you'll quit feeding me these long neck beers, I'll probably stick around. Back to net control. This is KJ5LCO. Y'all have a great evening. 7-3.
All right, Bodie. Well, hey, you know, those long neck beers go down so well on a nice summer evening, you know? Anyway, try your best, Bodie. We'll leave you on the log here. No worries. We'll clear with KJ5LCO. Let's go down and touch base with Mark. This would be our northern Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Eric here, KCLK. I'm going to stick around. There's no need not to. I'm out in Nelson, coming through Nelson, now coming back home. We were out in Mercer, Pennsylvania this afternoon and evening. So now we're heading back home. It seems like it takes so long to get there and to go back home quick. But either way, it was decent. So let's send it back to the net. KCFQB.
All right, Mark, very good. Hope you enjoyed your visit to the Keystone State. We'll clear with KC8FQV. Let's go down and touch base with Ray, W5RLM. How you doing, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Good evening. First off, I'd like to say this is a fine net. This is the first time I've checked in. Great net. Y'all are doing a fine job. Probably not going to talk on the next portion, but I am going to listen so I can get my ears up and understand what's going on. I appreciate y'all. Have a great night.
All right, Ray. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight and checking in. We'll mark you down as in and out. If you feel like you want to recheck later on when Nick at Nite opens the floor for rechecks or check-ins, go right ahead. But I hope you enjoy the net. And 7-3, we'll clear with W5RLM. And I was told there might be a Whiskey, I think Whiskey Bravo 9 or Whiskey Delta 9 station that was trying to check in. If you're still out there and would like to get on the log, please call me, KE8VZA.
That's Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Claremore, Oklahoma, Kurt.
All right, the rumor was true. Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Curtis, down in Claremore, Oklahoma. Gotcha on the log, Curtis. All right, we are at the end of the pre-net, right on time, top of the hour. And let's give a call to KE8QKO. This is KE8VZA. Ready to turn it over to you, Nick. Are you ready?
KE8VZA. KE8QKO. Yes, sir. Thank you, Eric, and fine business on the pre-show as always. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar. And I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is direct net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, and we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
W8WKY.
W3ATB, Whiskey 3 Echo Tango Bravo. I'll be in and out tonight.
KB8LJ, Kilo Bravo 8, Lima Juliet.
All right, I've got W3ETB Eddie in and out. I've got KB8LJ Chuck, who's checking in there. If anyone else would like to check into the BeaconNet, please call now. All right, well, thank you, everyone. Just as a reminder, if you have not checked in and you want to check in later, we will have more calls for check-ins from this Labor Day edition of the BeaconNet. So let's go up and talk to our trivia masters. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, can you read the primary question, sir?
KE8QKO in the net. This is KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. Here we go. Where did the end-fed ZEP antenna derive its name? That's ZEP spelled Zulu Echo Papa Papa. Where did it get its name? Choices are Alpha, from its inventor Heinrich von Zepp; Bravo, from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles; or Charlie, from the city of its invention, Zeppenheim, Germany; or Delta, named by its inventor, guitarist Jimmy Page of the band Led Zeppelin. And I'll take a break and read it a second time. KE8VZA back with main trivia again. Where did the end-fed ZEP antenna derive its name? Was it Alpha, from its inventor Heinrich von Zepp; or Bravo, from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles; or Charlie, from the city of its invention, Zeppenheim, Germany; or Delta, named by its inventor, guitarist Jimmy Page of the band Led Zeppelin? So there you have it. I'll put it in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, that's a pretty interesting question there. Thank you. I have my answer written down. We'll see how it works out later on in the net. Next, we're going to go down and talk to KI5DAY. Alan, how you doing, sir? So what is your trivia question tonight?
KI5DAY. Hi, wow. My trivia question is how many boxes of Jiffy cornbread? No, I'm kidding. That is not my trivia question. I'm actually searching for here. Okay, yeah, I think I found it. Let me let this drop and clear my throat, and I will read this. Okay, here we go. Tonight's alternate trivia question is as the acronym OMG is often used in text messages and emails in our time. Oddly, the first known famous usage of OMG was actually sent in a letter years ago. To which one of these famous people was the letter sent that first used the acronym OMG? Was it A, Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK? Was it B, Marilyn Manson, the movie star? C, the Reverend Billy Graham? Or D, to the good Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. Probably going to have to think on that because I was typing a message to you in the blue screen and not really, only half listening. So I'll read it and answer the question myself then. Anyway, thank you for the alternate question. I appreciate it. Okay. So we're up here. We're going to start talking to people on the net. And we're going to start with KC0LRM Kelly. How you doing, Kelly? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
There we go, KAQKO. Hey, thanks for getting me in here. Just been enjoying a lot of good football this weekend, and probably my team plays tomorrow night, so I hope they do good against North Carolina. Give my answer before I forget. I'm going to go Delta and Delta. Probably way off, but hey, it's worth the fun. That's about all I got. Enjoying this weekend. Hope everybody else is too, and thanks for y'all running that. And I'll let you get on down the list, get some more there. All right, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kelly. We have your answers down there for Delta and Delta. Next station we have is in and out. That's WV4AIZ, and that's going to take us down to K5CFY. Ray, how you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
QKO in the net, K5CFY. Well, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good little Labor Day weekend, enjoying a lot of college football, getting it kicked off. But let's see here. Man, I'm totally guessing on this. I'm going to go with Alpha and Bravo. Alpha and Bravo. Back to you there, Nick. Great job. Good to hear everybody out there. K5CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Bravo. Our next station we're going to talk to is KF8G Brian. I got that right, Brian. How you doing tonight? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, most everybody gets my call sign right. It's just that Gary. You know, that guy that's barely awake on Thursday and Friday mornings? Oh, you know, what do we do with that guy? But, well, I guess I'll go ahead and put in my answers. 42 Cornwaldo beans, because neither one of those can be wrong as far as the net goes. But I see all the discussion about the college football, and, you know, Ohio State beat number one. Penn State beat nobody by a ton of points. Guess who's going to be number one Tuesday? You can bet on it. Because the college football popularity contest hates Ohio State with a passion. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Penn State's going to be number one. But other than that, boy, beautiful weekend. Nice car shows going on. Took a nice trip home with the top down from Vermilion today. With the chick magnet, as Nick so affectionately puts it. And just one question. Mark, FQV, missed you on 6 meters tonight. Is the digital link not working? I'm just curious. Back to net, KFAG.
All right, thank you, Brian. Got your answer down there for 42 Cornwaldo beans. And yeah, Gary, good old Gary. You know, he's getting up there in years. We give him some slack now and again. You know, sometimes you get to a certain point in life and things aren't wiring up like they used to. All right. This is KAQKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next station we're going to talk to is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bopang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
bit of this and a little bit of that and a lot of Labor Day weekend vacation. Let's get the trivia answers out of the way first. And, main question, I'm going to go for B as in Bravo. B as in Bravo. And Alan's question, the alternate question. Well, he kind of pulled that fast one on me. That's going to be A as in Alpha. A as in Alpha. Or I would also say BA as in BA Baracus. We'll let you get on down to the bottom of the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. We have your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. Our next two stations are in and out. That's N7VAN and K8MNT, which takes us down to K4OG Mark. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon out tonight?
K8QKO, K4OG. Good evening, Nick at Night, and everybody. Well, if you were in my living room right now, you'd see all my skeletons came out of the closet. I got about 4 of them. I'm brainstorming ideas about putting, sort of like dusters on them and setting up a theme for the front yard. I think I'm going to go with a skeleton band theme. One playing guitar, one playing drums, one playing keyboard, and figuring out how to hide the fog machine in the keyboard and the drums and stuff. Just brainstorming all that. And was watching some satellites go by today, but not really any good passes. Plus, my porch and the trees with the leaves, just not conducive. But I did install the SSTV program, MSSS, whatever, TV, the updated Ionic one, and I can tell it's working for the most part. From the 9700 USB cable over to it, I can see the signal, and there was one satellite that is SSTV capable. I saw Artisac 1. It made a low angle pass, and of course nothing was transmitted, but we're going to keep trying. We got hope and faith. Faith of a mustard seed gets me pretty far. K4OG. Oh, I better give you my answers. I'm going to go with Bravo and Alpha. There we go. K4OG, back to net.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. And you got to be careful with those skeletons. You put them in the closet, they fall out. I suggest, instead of putting them in the closet, you bury them under your basement floor. Right? If you find the right spot of floor, you can put some furniture over top, and you can pour fresh concrete every time you have to bury any skeleton. And then that way, there's something that's sitting on top of it, so people don't realize that it's actually fresh concrete. If you want, we can talk about that later. Got all kinds of tips and tricks for you. Anyway, thank you, Mark. We got you in there. Next station we have is in and out. That's KF8EDE Patrick. And that's going to take us down to KI5YEQ John. How you doing, John? And what do you have for the beacon out tonight?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I am going to go with the European theme. My answer is going to be A, from its inventor Heinrich von Zepp. That just seems normal that you would name an inventor to yourself if you went through the trouble of inventing one. And then for the OMG, I'm going to also go with A, the letter from Winston Churchill. Other than that, things are going really well. This is one of my first nights actually getting into a whole bunch of different nets and thoroughly enjoying myself. Relatively new to having a radio at my house and actually getting to enjoy it. With that, KI5YEQ, back to net.
right, thank you, John. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Alpha, and congratulations on the time of the radio in your house. Good to hear you. Come back anytime. Happy to have you on the net. And, yeah, appreciate it. Next station we have is KE8BHQ. Ben, how you doing, Ben? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KE8QKO, KE8BHQ. I'm doing pretty good, Nick. I'm testing out a new antenna, so taking it out on the maiden voyage. It's one of those Faraday roll-up J-pole antennas, and I got it up about 30 feet in the air in the backyard. For trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Delta. That's about all I've got for traffic for the net, so I'm going to give it back to you. This is KE8BHQ.
All right, well, thank you, Ben. We have your answers down there for Bravo and Delta. I know you test a lot of new antennas on this on this repeater, and if I wasn't one to support that sort of habit, I would offer an intervention, but I'm not going to because I support your efforts. Anyway, thank you, sir. Like I said, we have your answers down there for Bravo and Delta. Our next station is KE8ZZR. Harry, how you doing, Harry? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
W8WKY, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's on the net. Man, it's hard to believe this is Labor Day already. Where'd summer go? It seems like we were just taking out of the snow not too long ago, right? But anyways, oh well, I guess we're in for the long haul here. So let me get the trivia questions out of the way. I'm going to go on the main one. I'm going to go with B, and the alternate is also going to be B. So kind of enjoying the holiday here. Watched some football yesterday, Ohio State, and then went to my niece's son's football game. And did a little maintenance on the trailer today, and that's about it. Just relaxing. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Nick, and have a great evening and a great holiday, everybody. This is KE8ZZR Clear.
All right, thank you, Harry. We got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, time flies and you're having fun. It's about time to start shoveling ourselves back into some snow. Though I think I've been talking to my wife, and I think I'm going to pick up one of them fancy snow blowers this year, so I don't have to shovel quite as much snow. I don't know. Seems like we have a chance to get some pretty heavy snowfall here in Ohio this year. And I'm getting older, and I don't want to shovel anymore. Anyway, thank you, Harry. I appreciate your answers and appreciate you checking in. Next, we have KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? What do you have to beacon at tonight?
Well, quite a weekend. It's not over yet. Friday night, well, to start Friday, was my bowling league. And after the regular league, a few of us hang around for extra practice, and I rode a 210. It was during practice, but hey, it's my first 200 in, maybe 3 years. Oh, the answer to trivia is Alpha and Alpha, by the way. So after bowling, later on that evening, a couple of us from the bowling club went to the Eagles Club and watched a country western band. They were real good. I've got so much information here, I got a break for a minute. Then yesterday, unfortunately, we had a funeral for one of the bowling group members, but we had food afterwards. Celebration of life, that type of thing. Then today, one of the bowling team members invited me to his church where they had, after the service, I had to go to the service, make it look good. But after the service, we had fried chicken and corn on the cob, and all kinds of salads. I'm telling you. Now, the bowling group is talking about getting together in mass and joining the Eagles Club. So we'll go down there when they have free meals. KE8QFT. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Fred. We have your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. You can't beat a free meal now and again, so that could be worth it with the Eagles Club. I wouldn't mind it either, except it's a little farther away from me. So, anyway, thanks, Fred. Good to hear you, and we will talk to you later. Oh, I forgot to identify. This is KE8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next station is KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KE8QKO net, KI5 RFI in Arkansas. Another beautiful, cool, rainy night here in northwest Arkansas. I tell you what, this weather's been awesome. We had a great evening this evening. My wife and I went to Rogers Promenade area to a new-to-me restaurant with the kids and grandkids. Had a good time and then got a little yogurt after that. So I'm home and taking it easy now. My answers to the trivia questions are going to be Bravo and Alpha. Bravo and Alpha. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Mac. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Alpha. And I'll tell you what, a good Sunday night with the family on a Labor Day weekend is no bad way to spend it. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. Our next station is in and out. That's KD2HCE, which is going to take us down to AV8MO. Andy, how you doing, Andy? So what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Okay, am I having problems here?
Well, I think you might have been on the first transmission, but you're coming in fine now.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of brushing my teeth here. Yeah, I was mobile, and by the time Eric got down to me, I was already home and in the shower. So, anyhow, here I am. Went out to a event with friends from church invited me to. They had a big bonfire in the front yard. I'd say the flames probably didn't get super high. Maybe at one point it briefly hit about 20, 25 feet in the air, but that didn't last too long. So, but it was nice and toasty. It was good weather for a nice big bonfire. So I was coming in on Echolink there, driving home, because we can't link up 015 on Sundays anymore. We had too much of a conflict with the local people who wanted to use the repeater. The rare opportunity that they wanted to use the repeater after the net, they got very upset with anybody connecting. So we just don't anymore. So we only just connect the beacon net on Wednesday nights now. Let's see here. I didn't hear any of the questions, but I did hear the answers. So for Eric's, I'm going to go with Led Zeppelin. Probably because nobody else did. Whatever the answer to that one is. And for Alan's, Billy Graham I admire very much. So just for the sake of Billy Graham being one of the answers, I'm going to go with that. Probably completely wrong. I don't care. It's all in fun as far as I'm concerned. I don't need to show people how smart or how stupid I am. That's all I got from here. I'm going to get ready for bed and labor not on Labor Day. KAQKO, this is ABNMO.
All right, well, thank you, Andy. Get some sleep and enjoy sleeping in tomorrow. We got your answers down there for Delta and Charlie. Our next station is In and Out. That's KF8DTA, and that's going to take us down to W5DJF. Joey, how you doing, Joey? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is W5DJF. Did you call me?
Yes, sir, I did. Go ahead and take it away for the Beacon Net.
Everything's good with me. Just hanging out, watching TV. It's the first time I've been on this net, so I'm not really familiar with what's really going on.
All right, Joey, well, I'll tell you what we do is we get comments from people, hear about their day, their weekend, or whatever you want to talk about. We also have a couple of trivia questions we read out and see who wants to answer them. Did you happen to catch our trivia questions?
No, negative. I've been walking around the house and really haven't been next to the radio the whole time. I haven't really heard about that. I haven't heard what they are.
All right, not a problem there. We will reread them throughout the net when we need to, so that's no problem there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. We have two of them. We have two questions. I'll have them read the questions, and I'll give you a call back when they're done and see if you want to answer them. So let's go back up and talk to K8VZA Eric. Would you reread the primary question, sir?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here, back with main trivia. Where did the end-fed ZEP antenna derive its name? Was it Alpha, from its inventor Heinrich von Zepp, or Bravo, from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles, or Charlie, from the city of its invention, Zeppenheim, Germany, or Delta, named by its inventor, guitarist Jimmy Page of the band Led Zeppelin. So there you have it, main trivia. I'll put it in the blue screen again. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's get on and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read again. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, hopefully my signal is sounding okay. I don't know, I always hear a little scratch in yours there, Nick, but it's just common for this net. I don't know what goes on between us with the connections, but anyway, tonight's alternate trivia is the acronym OMG is often used in many text messages and emails in our time. Oddly, the first known famous usage of OMG was actually sent in a letter years ago. To which one of these famous people was the letter with OMG sent to? Was it A, Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK, B, Marilyn Manson, the movie star, C, the Reverend Billy Graham, or D, to the good Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back in it.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. And I will say, considering you're the only person I ever hear that comment about being a scratchy from, I'm going to say it's probably you and not me. I don't know. Put that out there. Anyway, thanks for doing the trivia, Alan. I really appreciate it. And we will talk to you here in a little bit. We're going to go back down to W5DJF. Joey, how you doing, sir? And do you want to answer the trivia now?
Roger that. This is W5DJF, Joey in Claremore. I really don't know the answer to either one, but I'm going to guess Alpha for the first one And since it's Reverend Graham on Charlie on the second one, I don't want to go with Marilyn Manson. I'll pick those two.
All right, two good choices there, Joey, Alpha and Charlie. And for what it's worth, most of us don't know the answers. Some people might come in and say they know the answers, but that's the fun of doing the trivia, is making a good guess and making our best guess, and find out if we're right at the end of the net. So once the net ends, we'll get the answers read and see if we're right or wrong. And yeah, anyway, thanks for checking in. We are the Beacon Net. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Here at the WWQR repeater. So come back and join us again anytime. We're happy to have you. Our next station is KF8 EPD. Brian. How you doing, Brian? Hey, what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KF8 EPD. Brian in Cuyahoga Falls. I'd like to say good evening to everyone. As I said on the pre-net, I'm a relatively new ham. I've had my license around 6 weeks, trying to learn the ropes and participate, get over the mic fright. I made a Yagi antenna today with some PCV and copper wire, and using a cheap 10-watt radio. I figure I'm about 15 miles or so away from the repeater, so maybe it's probably working pretty good. Other than that, I'm enjoying the weekend, as I hope everyone else is. No work tomorrow. My answers to the trivia are Bravo and Charlie. I'd like to say thanks for the net. 73. This is KFA ETB, back to net. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you, Brian. It sounds like you're embracing the hobby a little more than I do. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That sounds great. We got your answer down there for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, you're welcome to join us anytime. I've never built my own Yagi antenna to get in the net, so it sounds like a pretty fun little project you've got going on. And yeah, happy to have you. So thanks for checking in. Our next station is KJ5 LCO. Bode. How you doing, Bode? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, thank you kindly for taking the net. Doing a great job. Everything's great in Cherokee, Texas, USA tonight. Rain cooled, and just a wonderful evening. Enjoying listening to all these comments from folks all over the place, and just couldn't be happier. Back to you. This is KJ5 LCO.
All right, thank you, Bode. You know, you might have said it, but I might not have heard it. Did I happen to catch your trivia answers?
I apologize. Alpha and Alpha.
All right, copy that, sir. Thank you. We've you down for Alpha and Alpha, and this is KAKKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Our next station is in and out. That's WA8KOC, which is going to take us down to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Okay, Chef QE. Well, I'm going to say Bravo and Charlie. And yeah, we were out in Pennsylvania today. Most of the afternoon and evening. Just got back a little bit ago. When I checked in, we were mobile, and now we're home. So I'm going to say Bravo and Charlie. And, wow, where does this summer go? We got a few more weeks, but yeah, it's getting a little cooler out there. It's KSFQE.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your down there for Bravo and Charlie. It is getting cooler. Went to the air show today. It wasn't hot at all. It was really nice and sunny and clear. Sometimes we've gone there on the weekends and it's been like steaming hot, but it wasn't too bad this year. So thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Also, there was a clarification in the blue screen on the alternate trivia. It was said that Marilyn Manson was one of the answers. It was actually Marilyn Monroe was that supposed to be that answer. So I just want to throw that out there for anybody listening. Our next station is In and Out. That's W5RLM. And then we're going to go down and talk to WB9WVB. Curtis. How you doing, Curtis? What do you have for the Beacon at tonight?
Yeah, thanks for letting me check in again. I really wasn't paying a lot of attention because I've been kind of busy with a little hobby thing going on here on the two questions, but I will say thank you and 73 to everybody for letting me check in, and I'll get back to what I was doing, but again, thank you and have a great night. 73 to everybody.
All right. Well, thanks, Curtis. A quick question before you go. Would you like us to read the questions again for you so you can answer them?
That'll be okay. Again, like I said, I appreciate you letting me check in, and I'll probably check in with you guys again on the next Wednesday or Sunday night and pay a little bit better attention. Thanks again, WB9WVB.
All right, thanks. Just want to confirm, did you mean to say yes or no?
That would be a no.
All right, copy that, sir. Just want to double check. And again, if you ever want to, it's not a big problem at all. We have our trivia masters are always happy to do that. So want to make sure he gets a chance if they want to. And we'll push down the pass for the trivia tonight. But yeah, come back anytime. Like I said, we meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So 9 p.m. your time. And it's always good to have new check-ins and grow the net. So thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Our next station is In and Out. That's W3ETB. And that's going to take us down to KD8LJ. Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? And what do you have for the Beacon net tonight?
Okay, this is KB8LJ. Well, I don't have anything really great for the net. I'm still tinkering with my new Clear node, and it seems to be behaving the way I would like, so I'm happy about that. And as far as the trivia is concerned, I will say Bravo for the first one and Alpha for the second one. So this is KB8LJ, back to net.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. And this is KE8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We are ready for more check-ins. Anyone who'd like to check in on the Beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. We're going to start with KE8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group. KE8VZA here. Doing well, Nick at night. Hope you are too. Everyone else sounds like they're going to have having a good weekend thus far. Let's see, trivia. I'm going to abstain from the main trivia, of course. And Alan's trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha. Alpha. So let's see, this weekend, been a little busy, just trying to get caught up on some things around the house. Cleaned the pool, shocked it. I like to call it shocking the monkey, and then I sing the song. But pulling a lot of weeds, cutting grass, things like that, trimming some bushes. But I decided to jump in the pool today since I went to the trouble to clean it last night, and I didn't last about 10 minutes. The water's 77 degrees, but I don't know. I was just tired. The sun was already down, and I turned into an ice cube pretty quick. But I got to do the jellyfish float in the deep end and extend my vertebrae. That felt very good. Anyway, that's about all I have thus far. Looking forward to some family coming over tomorrow. We're going to grill and visit, and that should be good. Anyway, everyone have a great Labor Day weekend and a safe one at that. KE8VZA, back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Eric. Got your answer down there for Alpha for the alternate trivia. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good weekend to me. My yard work's going to be tomorrow. I haven't really been home much this weekend, but tomorrow I'll be home all day. My son's going to Cedar Point with some friends, but aside from that, I'll be home. And family gets some work done around the yard. Needs to get done, needs to get sorted out. So, thanks for checking in there, and thanks for doing the trivia and the logging and all you do. We're going to do a shout out. He did not, marked as in and out, but I remember, I don't think Dustin responded in the original call out. So, KEPC, KKO, are you out there, Dustin? And do you have comments on the Beacon Net? All right, nothing heard. Just going to talk to KD8SLG, just Nick, and see what he's up to. Nick, how you doing?
K8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nick at night. All the Beacon Essence. I'm here. Okay, let's do trivia. Bravo and Bravo for me. Get me there, Eric, please. Bravo on Bravo. Using phonetics. And I'll do it. Shock the monkey. Oh, Peter Gabriel fan. No doubt. Yeah, long day. Good day, though, overall. I've been walking the dog a couple miles a day for my PT, so that's fun. Charlotte and I have been out roaming the trail back here. I did take my e-bike out today. That was fabulous. Got a little 6 or 7 mile ride in. And, it was comfortable. I had to ice. Such is life. So Charlotte got up at some point today and was bleeding. So we went to the emergency vet there on a Sunday afternoon. That's always fun. Great way to spend the afternoon. So kind of nursing the pup right now. She just had a hot spot, got ripped open, and was bleeding all over the place. Put some sulfa on it and give her some antibiotics. They gave her these yummy beef-flavored, doggy opiates. But she's chill, so I'm going to chill with her. Anyway, fine business tonight, Nick. Great to hear you. Catch everybody later on. 73 all y'all. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, sorry about that emergency vet visit. Those are no fun at all. Not just because, it's no fun to take your pet and have to go through that, but also I've had those bills at the end of it. They're not fun. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, sir. I appreciate it. You know what? Our next two stations, I'm going to just say they're in and out because I didn't respond to earlier either W8HRF and K8YUK. I'm sure they are very busy this weekend with family. And that's going to take us down to KI5DAY Alan. How you doing, Alan? And what do you have to Beacon at tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah. I made the mistake there on the question with the name, but I I totally knew it was Marilyn Monroe, but for some reason I typed it as Manson, didn't catch it. I even read it that way, but yeah, definitely not Marilyn Manson. He wasn't a movie star to my knowledge, unless he's been in some movie that I'm unaware of, which I would never watch, because I would never go see somebody like him on stage, because that's not a musician to me. But anyways, yeah, I think on the regular trivia, we're going to go with B. Nothing like a good old trilling antenna to make your day better, especially when it wraps around the flagpole and the Zeppelin does a, what do you call that? We used to ball in the pole and it would spin around. I can't remember what that's called. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Tether ball with a Zeppelin. Anyways, all is good. I don't have much else. I think I'll just give it back to you and let it ride. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. My trivia answer is going to be Bravo and Charlie. And yeah, I didn't even think about it when you said Marilyn Manson. It kind of went over my head. I was like, oh, I didn't think that Alan would have no interest in having that as an answer for a trivia question. So, good thing I didn't answer it. Anyway, aside from that, yeah, we had a good weekend. Hey, Alan, I saw one of your old stomping grounds this weekend. We went to the air show in Cleveland. They had a KC-135 sitting there on the tarmac. We didn't go into it. We'll get to that in a second. About 6 years ago. Had a flyover with one of those things as well. It was pretty cool. Not as cool as, like, the Thunderbirds or anything, but, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I went to the air show with the family this weekend. It was really awesome, beautiful weather, and yeah, I kind of went through it. But yeah, when I was sitting there with my wife and my son watching the air show, I got an alert on my phone saying, hey, 6 years ago this happened. There's my son standing with a picture in front of a C5, which was also the air show this weekend. But looking back, like, man, I've been to a lot of air shows, but I love going to the air shows. It's one of my favorite things. The Labor Day air show in Cleveland has been, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to go. So now that I'm an adult and I have a family, whenever we get a chance, we usually go almost every year, honestly. Sometimes if we miss a year, that's fine, but we go a lot. And I love going. Even though I see the same planes on the tarmac, I see the same displays. Every time we go, I just get a big old kick out of it, and I always love it. And even though I come home tired, I always love it. So did that, and had a soccer. My son's soccer team had their first tailgate this weekend, and my son asked me to make a brisket for that, so I did that. It turned out really well. I didn't think it turned out nearly as well as people who ate it thought it turned out, but that's how life goes. Anyway, that's been my weekend. So it's been some barbecue, some air shows, and then tomorrow some yard work. So it's been a really well-rounded Labor Day. Okay, this is KAQKO on the WWK repeater 147 Mark 2. I know, positive offset. I'm going to break for time. Okay, we have talked to everybody on the net. We've talked to our net control team, and we have another round of check-ins. If you want to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KN6 UYZ, Kilo November 6, Uniform Yankee Zulu, Rancho Cucamonga, California. This is John.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Charlie Sierra Papa, WB9CSP, Richard in Paris, Texas.
All right, we got two new check-ins there. We have KN6YNZ, and we have WB9CSP. Let's go and talk to KN6YNZ, John. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening to you and everybody on the net, KN6UYZ. Yeah, John here in Rancho Cucamonga. Well, gosh, as I mentioned on the net a little while back, last time I was on, had this pain in my side, went to the doctor. What's it turn out to be? Well, lose 50 pounds, exercise, stop drinking, on and on, that kind of thing. So that's what I've been doing, which is pretty much a boring life. I'm sitting here, looking at the clock, figuring out when I can eat next, I think. Anybody who's ever done a diet, I think, understands that. I did buy a little bit of store-bought willpower, though, to some shots to go with it. It hasn't kicked in yet. Next week it's supposed to. Maybe that'll sort of help along and help me lose the weight. And then all I have to do is, if I lose it, maintain it. And it seems like that's all I've been thinking about. On the trivia, I'll go with Bravo Alpha. And that's about all I have for the night. KN6UYZ back to net, sir.
All right, thank you, John. We have your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. All right, for those who don't care, you might want to cover your ears. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant. I went through something similar this year, John. I went for a physical for my son. We were going with my son's Boy Scout troop to Sea Base in Florida, and I had to get a physical done. I haven't been to the doctor in forever. So I went to get my physical, and I'm like thinking, I'll be all right. I'm kind of fat, but, I'm in relatively decent shape for being a fat guy. And the doctor looks at me, he's doing everything, and a little high blood pressure. Okay, well, that's not too far away from what I expected. And then he's like, oh, by the way, you're also diabetic. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't know that. So after that, I went on a bit of a tangent, threw a bunch of crap out of the house, gutted the house for food. I'm like, I'm not going to do this crap anymore. I don't like being on medication. And I put myself on a diet. It was as close to zero sugar as I can get. It's really hard to get to zero sugar, honestly. But really, mostly zero added sugar, as low saturated fats as I can get. Low carb, if I do eat carbs, I pick carbs that are high in fiber. And that's kind of the approach that I went. High protein, and that's what I did. Every day I had a couple pieces of high fiber wheat toast and high fiber, low added sugar wheat toast, I should say, and a couple of eggs every day for breakfast. And I've been doing that for months. Played around with some recipes to kind of create things that are a little bit better. But really, doing those kind of four things, I went from beginning of the year I was at 350. I was working out heavier at the beginning of the year than I am now. For my doctor's appointment, I was at 384, and now I'm down below 250. So, or not 384, sorry, 284. And now I'm down below 250. So, just trying to do all that. The other big thing I did, honestly, John, what I found really felt great for me is I made a food blog. I write down everything that goes into my mouth within reason. If it's zero sugar, like a zero sugar piece of candy or something, I don't write it down. But that's about it. And so being able to see that in a notebook, see everything that I'm eating, see all the calories that I'm taking in, not the calories themselves, but like the amount of food that I'm consuming, has helped me a lot. So if that helps you, I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I'm feeling better. I'm getting a lot healthier. I'm getting thinner. I'm down to a 38 size waist from a 44/46. So I've been really happy. I don't know if that motivates you or helps you, but I'll toss it out there if it does. This is me, K8QKO.
Well, I think that came back to me, and congratulations on the weight loss. Yeah, it's a big effort. There's a lot of stuff involved. You have to really be thinking about it. And I do have a log on what I'm eating as well. So hopefully that's going to work. And if the drugs help me out and help me do it, then so be it. It's sort of an expensive way to go. Cheating, I don't care, as long as it works. And maybe I'll report back on the Beacon Net and let you know how I'm doing. Back to you, sir.
All right, yeah, John. Come on back. Let me know how you're doing, because I'm going through some similar stuff, and I've been working on it. And sometimes it's tough, but at the same time, making the changes to. The funny thing is, when I go to the store, I'm reading food labels a lot more now than I did before. And now when I'm actually reading the labels of the food that I'm buying at the grocery store, I'm like, holy cow, there is so much crap. Even thought it wasn't really that unhealthy before. Now that I'm actually reading the label, I'm like, I wouldn't buy this stuff. Like, I'll go and I'll look at like whole wheat bread. I'm like, oh, whole wheat bread is good. But some of these whole wheat breads that are out there have so much added sugar and crap to it that I'm thinking, oh man, actually what I found, the best bread that I found for me was Sara Lee, like a name brand mass manufactured bread, when a lot of these sort of crafty organic whole wheat breads have so much added sugar into them that they're, even though they're whole wheat, they're not that great for you. So I've seen a lot of sadness reading food labels lately. So I don't know. But anyway, thanks for checking in there, John. Happy to have you. And come back and let me know how you're doing. It's a long process. It's a lot of work, but I feel great, and I would say it's worth it. Our next station is WB9CSB. Richard, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
I just wanted to check in and say hello, and I'm also going to go with Bravo Alpha. I haven't been here in a while, so figured I'd check in and say hello. And it'll be a short time because I want to finish my, you guessed it, CSP, Chicago-style pizza. So cold Chicago-style pizza is not very good. So, but again, glad you ran the net tonight, and I'm glad I was able to get in.
All right, thank you, Richard. Got your answers on there for Bravo and Alpha. And you're right, cold Chicago-style pizza is not that great. I'll admit, though, I went on my rant of pizza, and I haven't had a lot of pizza recently, but I did have some the other day, and it was really good. I hadn't had pizza in months, and at my buddy's house, and they ordered pizza, and I'm like, fine, I'll cave, and I'll suffer through it last weekend. I'll have some of that pizza. It was awesome. It wasn't Chicago style, but at this point, any pizza's awesome. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. This is KAQKO on the W8WKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we are at the bottom of our list again. Anyone who would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Alpha 8, Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8, LYJ, Bob,
Alpha India 5, Quebec, AI 5Q, Jerison, Tulsa.
All right, I've got KA8LYJ and I've got AI5Q. So let's go back up to KA8LYJ. Bob, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, not a whole lot. Game night just wrapped up here tonight, and I turned on the radio to see if the net was still going, and there you were. Unfortunately, I did not get to hear the trivia questions, but that's where things are now. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, well, thank you, Bob. All right, before I'm gonna have those trivia questions read again, just for you and Jairus. But I'm curious. You know, the game on Sunday night. What kind of games do you play?
Old school pencil and paper and dice role-playing games.
All right, well, you can't go wrong with that. Some good old D&D or whatever game you're playing. I haven't done that in years. Anyway, thanks, Robert. Let's go back up and talk to K8VZA, Eric. How you doing, sir? Can you read the primary question again, please?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with main trivia. Where did the end-fed ZEP antenna derive its name? Could it be Alpha from its inventor, Heinrich von Zepp, or Bravo from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles, or Charlie from the city of its invention, Zeppenheim, Germany, or Delta, named by its inventor, guitarist Jimmy Page of the band Led Zeppelin. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, tonight's alternate trivia question is, the acronym OMG is often used in many text messages and emails in our time. Oddly, the first known famous usage of OMG was actually sent in a letter years ago to which one of these famous people? Was it A, Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK, B, Marilyn Monroe, the movie star, C, the Reverend Billy Graham, or D, to the good Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go down to K8LYJ, Bob, and see what his answers are. Bob, take it away.
K8QKO and the group. This is K88LYJ. I'm going to say Ba. Bravo and Alpha. That's my guesses on those. And as far as Middlemark's question, Led Zeppelin got its name because when Jimmy Page said he was forming a new Yardbird, some friends scoffed and said, well, that'll go over like a Led Zeppelin. This is K8LYJ.
All right, well, thanks, Bob. Actually, I was wondering if maybe it was because the original end-fed half-wave had lead in it, but I think your answer's better. Thank you, sir. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Alpha. Let's go down and talk to AI5Q, Jairus. How you doing, Jairus? And what do you have for the Beacon tonight?
Well, howdy. Let's see, I don't have a lot going on. We finished the gate for the back fence. We had a damaged fence panel between two posts for about 8 years and finally decided to install a double gate in its place for one of Noel's merit badges for Scouts, Family Life Merit Badge, where we had to contract and execute a family project, so everybody was involved in installing this new gate in the back fence, and it turned out pretty good. Still a few little tweaks need to be made to make it perfect, but it is fully functional, and the kids used it tonight. They actually all took showers last night in order to go to church today, and then they got so filthy dirty playing in the retention pond and goofing around this afternoon and helping with the fence that they had to all take showers again. So, anyway, let's see. Answers for the trivia questions. I'll go with Bravo for the primary, and for some reason, every time Alan comes on, all I hear is hash, and I can't hear the trivia question. It might be by Allen filter that I have installed on my radios, but I don't know. I'm just going to go with Charlie for the alternate and hope for the best, because all I hear is hash every time Allen is on. Could just be Allen. AI5Q.
right, thank you, Jairus. Get your answers down there for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, we'll blame it on Alan. Can always blame it on Alan. And that sounds like a really cool little project and fun work for Ameribat, so sounds like a lot of fun. It looks like you guys had a pretty good weekend spending some family time together doing that. And you know what? If kids are outside playing, getting dirty, and having to take multiple showers, there's nothing wrong with that. There's way too many kids that are sitting inside playing video games or whatever instead of being outside playing in a retention pond like they should be. All right. Thank you, Jairus. This is KEQKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we can open it up for another round of check-ins. And would you like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's get our trivia answers. K8BZA, K8QKO. Eric, would you read the primary answer, sir?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8BZA here with the main trivia answers. So, how did the end-fed ZEP antenna get its name? Where did the name come from? Well, the answer is Bravo, from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles. So ZEP is short for Zeppelin and is a resonant antenna end-fed by a ladder line. The name comes from Zeppelin, which is a type of airship named after German inventor Ferdinand von Zeppelin. Zeppelin antennas were wire antennas that could be trailed behind the Zeppelin airships. As they were trailed antennas, they were used in an end-fed configuration. Let me take a break for time. KE8BZA returning with the rest of the story. So the Zeppelin was invented by Ferdinand von Zeppelin. However, the antenna was patented by Hans Begerow of Berlin, Germany in 1909, and the patent states that the purpose of the invention is to move the antenna's high voltage points away from the airship's balloon portion to reduce the risk of igniting the ever-present hydrogen leaks. I guess they had a little bit of hydrogen leaking out here and there, and they didn't want to risk going kaboom. Anyway, there you have it. Answer Bravo. Trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles. KE8BZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. That's a fine answer to a trivia. And yeah, I sure wish that maybe there had been another invention to prevent another kaboom. But there wasn't. And I got one right, so that's good. I'm happy. Let's go to the KI5DAY Alan to get the answer to the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, yeah. Tonight's alternate trivia question, the acronym OMG, again used in many text messages and emails currently. Oddly enough, it was used from a letter that was sent years ago to a very famous, and the person that was actually sent to was in fact Winston Churchill. It was sent to him from a Lord, let me get this guy's name right, Fisher. He was an admiral in the Navy. During World War I, he sent this letter to Winston Churchill about some goings-on. And one of the lines toward the end, it says, "This is holding the ring with a vengeance. Are we really incapable of a big enterprise?" He says, I Tapis, OMG, with periods after each one, and in parentheses he put, "Oh my God, shower it on the Admiralty." There you go. That was written in September 9th, 1917 from Admiral Fisher to Winston Churchill. How odd is that? K5DAY back then.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. That's a good question. But you know what sits on my brain is that a Lord said OMG to Winston Churchill. I don't know, for whatever that's worth. That's kind of the short version that popped into my head on that thing. But, all right. Thank you for another awesome trivia. Appreciate it. And this is K8QKO on the WWKO repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And we can do another round of check-ins. And I say again, one more round of check-ins or rechecks of the BeaconNet. If you want to check in or recheck the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV 3K, Phil in Canal Fulton. Hello, Nick.
All right, we got one in there. WV 3K, Phil, how you doing, sir? What do you got for us tonight?
No answers, but a joy of checking in and making the roster so that I could say hello to you and to those that are on the team handling the rest of the net along with you. And I've been just buzzing about trying to get things done today and using a good air to get that accomplished, and it's been fantastic. Very blessed day. So with that, Nick and Nite, I'm going to say have a great rest of the net and a wonderful, wonderful sleep and rest tonight, you and your family. God bless you and those that are listening and also participating. I'm going to take an early rest and get myself ready to get up and get on to another task early in the morning. With that, WKQO, this is Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo, and I will be clear on your final with me. Take care, Nick. Good talking to you.
All right, well, thank you, Phil. Thank you for all that, and thank you for checking in. As far as rest of the net goes, you are the rest of the net, my good sir. And we're wrapping it up here, so you're the last check-in. And thanks for checking in there. It's always good to hear you, Phil, and I appreciate it. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, KI5DAY, K8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, K8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WAWKR repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WAWKR repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Border Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all. Bye-God.
That's a good job. KJ5LCO. Good night.
Letter for the second question, KSFQB. I gotta look at the blue screen to see if it's there, if I haven't gotten there yet.
KC8FQB, this is KJ. The letter for the second question was Alpha. It was Winston Churchill.
All right, thank you, KC8FQV. Yeah, we were out in Pennsylvania all afternoon and evening. So at the camp, my sister and her kids all went camping, and our cousins and that, they were all out there. So it was a good time to see everyone together in one place. Kill a lot of stones at one stop, KSFQV.
Well, that sounds like a great...
KE8QFT. What a magnificent battle tonight on the gridiron for those of you who could witness it. I haven't seen such a game in a long time. And as Dandy Don would say, turn out the lights, the party's over. KE8QFT.
You know, I forgot to do, Fred. Forgot to put that on 306 on the cable system. Well, I was mobile, so I would wonder if it would come through or if it likes to see my home Wi-Fi. I don't know. But, you know, I've watched the games on 306 KSFQV.
Oh, Middle Mark. Well, what do you mean by watch the games on Route 306? Over.
Well, that's where Spectrum has it on 306. So that's where it's at. Easy one for me to remember because, yep, Route 306 runs right through town here. So at least they picked the easy channel number to remember. KSFQV.
Yeah, KE8QFT here. Yeah, Mark. Now I know what you were saying. I don't know why you know, I figured you were still mobile and talking about watching the game, and you're on Route 306. But now I know what you meant. The local cable company. Yeah, that was a real good game, though. That, you know, too bad I had the sound muted. But that was a good game. Notre Dame and Miami, and thought maybe you were at one of the amusement parks, the one in Pittsburgh, maybe. Over.
Well, last weekend on Saturday I was in Erie, PA. I was going to go up yesterday to Pittsburgh, up to Kennywood, and I didn't. But I have to go this coming weekend, or else that ticket won't be no good, and I'll have just a souvenir. You know, I never know. You never can tell. You go there, they would do it. But I'm going to go Saturday up there. It may be a lesser crowd now. You know, everything getting back to school and that. But it says it's good through the 7th. I know the 9th I go to a doctor. I wonder why the 7th there. I think it's the 7th. It's a Saturday. I don't know. But yeah, I was meaning, I never knew where the games were until one day I was searching either the internet or searching the channels, and then I found it there. And yeah, there'll be a banner on there now saying when the next game is aired, and some horrible tone music. It just bumper music. It just keeps recycling itself. What they use in TV. No, it goes up da 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 da. hit one of them. You don't want to leave it on. But, yeah, that's what I was saying. But I didn't even bring it up. And, oh, yeah, Brian was wondering if he's listening. Yeah, I forgot about the 6-meter net today at 7. Yeah, I remember about the happy hour, and I missed that. That comes out of Texas. I remembered the Scars net, but I forgot about the 6-meter net. You know, can't keep everything in order. Try to do the best you can. Case up, QV. We'll catch you guys in the morning on the barometer net. I wonder if Dave's going to do it. I'm sure he is. He won't do no piano tuning tomorrow. I'm sure he had that blacked out a long time ago that no one could take it. So, case up, QV.
Mark, I heard you on the 5 Hills this past week. The 5 Hills out of Colleen, Fort Hood. I've been on the 11 Cats too, and I don't know, only got a half an hour before the Puget Sound net, so I don't know if I'll make it tonight or not. But I'm doing a lot more of these nets. I even know of one that comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning. So when I do my 24-hour on the radio thing, you know, I'll have places to go, I think. But, yeah, I'm about to call it a night here. I got to give these cats their midnight snack. So, nice talking to you, Mark. KE8QFT 73 will be clear on your final.
All right, Fred. Yeah, there's UAB Mike. There's a Mike that runs a thing after the Red Eye net. He runs Mike. He does a after show net. If he is up to it and up in that, you know, he had a wreck, I guess. That Mike, I think UAB. I'm trying to think what. I know his call. No, I can't recall, but yeah, he comes on at 2 o'clock in the morning, our time, and he'll run 2 rounds. He looks to help keep the truckers awake on the road. Yeah, I used to do the Puget Sound one and that Jack KI7 RMU. You know, we get these phone calls, I would think, yeah, here's these idiots again calling, and they've got no numbers, no nothing. These idiots, and he thinks, I swear to God, he must be one of them telemarketers that really supports them. He said, oh, don't say that about them. You know what? All they are, they're worthless things. You know, they'll call here, and the way I have it set up, they call the house phone. It rings their cell phones at the same time. I'll go right back to the house phone and dial that number back, and it'll say, that number is not a working number. And I say to the people on the phone, I said, you idiots, you ain't got a working number, you ain't got brains. And he is all offensive about that KI7RMU. So he said, I don't want you on the Puget Sound anymore. So that's where that goes. And if these people over on Fireside don't like it, hey, they don't need to be here neither. They can take their things and pack it up and go somewhere else, as far as I'm concerned. K4 or N4 UPC, he can take his deal and pack it up too. So we don't need it, because we have our own hub here, 48496. So KCFQV.
Oh, Mark, if you're still out there and you can hear me, had some technical difficulties there. 73 for now. KE8QFT.
All right, Fred. Nope, I heard you there. You said you had technical problems. That goes with the territory at times. But yeah, remember a cellular one? It goes with the territories. I think it was cellular one. Yeah, cellular one goes with the territory. There's some old jingles there we used to have. So KC8FQV.
KE8QFT, we're clear.
All right, Fred, you have a good evening. And yeah, we got a little cat here. Came home and she wanted to eat. So they gave her some food and she scarfed that up. So KCFQV.